Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome into your daily read. We're going to talk about Wednesday. I hope you're doing well, of course. Let's start off by pulling a couple energies from the Wisdom Oracle, and then we'll shift on forward to the Light Seers Tarot. So to begin for this upcoming Wednesday, okay, we have Observer, Orphaned, and Chop Wood. I want to pull one more. They're saying right from the top of the deck. Okay, Building Blocks. Very interesting. This day may not feel 100% or at all colorful as you make your way through it, but it's a very important, significant day for you. We're underneath it all. There is unfinished symphony that's taking a highlight, whether it's more so, a healing process or multiple levels of healing that's unfinished. Could be between you and a connection, somebody else. This could be more in regards to what you still need to accomplish. And don't be surprised if this unfinished symphony comes into play in several different ways. There's a lot that still needs to be wrapped up with a bow, so you can shift on forward with more confidence, feeling a lot lighter and fluffier, okay? And it's a day where music may just come into play as well. I'm hearing you're very guided, but let's pull one tarot card for each one before we shift on forward. It's for the Observer card. This one's for Orphaned. This one's for Chop Wood, and this one's for Building Blocks. Okay, all of which makes 100% sense. Now, in a day where naturally you are observing a lot, being very much attentive to the details, maybe cleaning up, organizing comes to mind or takes place, but thinking towards the future. All right, I'm getting sort of a Star card, Three of Wands energy from this, thinking about what has yet to come in, what's meant to transpire, and what's meant to change moving forward, how you're meant to change moving forward. But in the midst of all of which, naturally you're going to be thinking about and maybe putting action towards what feels within your control, some of which thinking about mending and patching up certain areas of your life, certain aspects of which, and some of which, like myself, it's going to be at least partially your finances coming to mind for that. But I also feel like with the Fool card and the Observer card, it's a time period for you and surrounding this Wednesday where you're observing the potential of a leap of faith moving forward, for some of which, again, like myself, it's about noticing improvement that's already come to be and that still needs to be implemented, still needs to come to be. In regards to an existing continuing leap of faith from the recent past. But I do sense that you're thinking about, the possibilities, how to shift on forward more successfully. And they're saying as much as we do find it important and necessary to think about control and therefore the lack thereof which, otherwise, it is going to be important in the midst of observing and adjusting here and there for some to fall back, if you look at that Fool imagery, to go with the flow, to not try to force this or that, because there's a beauty in how this day is meant to proceed and is meant to progress. But Orphaned has been clarified and paired with Death and Rebirth. I sense that there's a bit of a loneliness coming to be throughout this day, okay, for the better and for the worse, and it's about how you channel it, how you utilize it, your perspective being key. And this may remind you how much you're changing, and there may even be a change, if not multiple developments within on a soul level that is entailing you needing to feel this way in one way, shape, or form, or maybe is best, more productive to go through, to experience by yourself. I hope that makes sense, as they were giving me a different way to word it. And I just chose to go with that. But I feel like you will be glowing throughout this day regardless of how this orphaned vibe and energy is utilized and is feeling in that moment. You're still glowing, all right? Change looks good on you. Change looks good on you. They're saying putting these two together, it's a day where you may be pushed to or naturally will come to observe how things are making you feel and how you wish to change things moving forward, right? If you don't want as much alone time, or this alone time isn't making you feel super confident about your current situation or your path in general, then after observing and noticing that, how do we adjust, right? In one way, if not multiple ways. But the Chop Wood card pairing with the Knight of Pentacles, they're drawing me back. This also speaking upon how your external reality is definitely changing at this time as well, whether you realize that in the moment or not. And so you might be pushed to at certain points throughout the day and surrounding it to observe what you're not fully or at all pinpointing or seeing. And this might help with a sense of illumination to come to be, at least a little bit. But the Chop Wood and the Knight of Pentacles, because there's a slow accomplishing sort of vibe about your energy and how you're making your way throughout this day and surrounding it. Spirit saying there's no need to rush. There's no need to be stressed or anxious about whatever this Chop Wood is representing for you. You might even find that whatever you decide to wrap yourself up with achievement-wise, busy work-wise for some, leaves you more embodying this Knight of Pentacles way of being. And you might even find that those moments, or some of which, or one in particular for some, leaves you reflecting upon the slow progression of this or that in your life and wanting things to speed up a bit more. But I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't mention it in this attempt already. Life will be speeding up a bit moving forward. So buckle up and do embrace and enjoy this Knight of Pentacles energy and way of being while you can, because you'll have a lot less of it moving forward if that pertains to you. But shifting on forward to the last pairing, building blocks nicely going with the Eight of Pentacles. Now this is a day, my friend, where you can't help but think about the work you're putting in, the blocks you're building or putting in place, and therefore how far you've come or how much further you have to go moving forward. So yeah, progress and lack thereof which coming to mind. They're showing me somebody putting a block on top of this imagery here, this setup, and looking away and coming back, and that block is missing, or a couple are missing, and it may be naturally a focus for some, like myself, on the effort you put in, the blocks you put into place, and then and you end up losing progress, things going back and forth, up and down, or even stagnancy coming into place for some. But they're saying, again, observe strategically, realistically, currently, but keep in mind and go with the flow moving forward to the point where these blocks are going to end up equaling, building up to a huge castle for you of true success, victory, and a lot of rewards to be gained. They're saying once that castle is built, just going with that imagery, it's going to be protected by you, your intuition, by spirit, to the point where the rewards flowing into that castle and stemming from it are yours for the taking, period. I don't know if you loved that imagery, that explanation, but I kind of did. But getting ready to wrap this up, it is a day where in the midst of all of which you may find a truth or two is reminded to you, but at the very, very least is informed to you in regards to how far something's meant to go, maybe in regards to what needs to change, or both. Okay? And you may even find a truth comes to be in regards to how you're changing as an individual. But let's pull a couple more. Things are going to get more exciting moving forward. Again, they're drawing me to this kind of energy here. These two pairings. It may not feel like the most exciting, most colorful day, but it's a purposeful one, and one that is assisting you in more than one evident way moving forward. And so I feel like you need to recognize things are going to get busier, or at the very least more interesting, more colorful. So don't take this for granted. The Queen of Pentacles is well coming out, because I do sense that stemming from that Knight of Pentacles, chopped wood, sort of orphaned, changing energy that we were just speaking upon. You are embodying this Queen of Pentacles vibe, male or female, or however you'd like to be perceived. You're grounded, you're focused, you're feeling chill, at least for the most part, but that may as well be a reminder of the healing that needs to take place. Let's pull a couple more. And when you close your eyes, don't be surprised if you learn something new, however that comes to be for you. But the Six of Wands, they're saying keep building that castle, keep putting those blocks into place, putting that effort put forth towards what is important for you and is meant to go the distance. Don't forget the possibilities at hand that you're meant to exceed moving forward. Don't forget what you're gaining throughout this day and are more so meant to moving forward. All right? So if this was really helpful, I'm sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your day, and I'll see you next time.